we know exactly how it feels when you keep hitting the gym every now and then but see little to no results. It's clearly one of the most annoying things in the world. But hey, do you know that you can actually bulk up and gain muscle without spending weeks or months at the gym? In fact, with the right tips, you can speed up the process and see mind-blowing results up to 5x faster. So, of course, at this point, the big question is, are you ready to bulk up like a pro? If yes, here are the top 5 tips to apply right off the bat. Trust us, you can never go wrong with them. 1. Kick it up a notch: frequency, intensity, and volume. Yes, in the world of bodybuilding, more is always better, in fact, more is crucial. So, when next you hit the gym, do something a bit more challenging: increase the frequency, intensity, and volume per session. Of course, at this point, you'll want to consider everything from your training frequency to the combination of sets and reps to the amount of weight you're lifting. With this in mind, you can easily tell that the secret to bulking up lies in these variables: frequency, sets and reps, and weight load. It's basically a matter of pushing yourself to increase each variable as you hit the gym every now and then. Moving forward, you should be aware that your training frequency is the most important of all 3 variables. In other words, higher frequency leads to greater gains. Of course, once you're done kicking the frequency up a notch, you can then increase the sets and reps accordingly. Finally, try as much as possible to get your hands on heavier weights during your gym sessions. This will certainly help speed things up. But hey, just be sure not to go overboard with reps. Trust us, lower reps work best with higher weights. 2. Mix things up. Ever heard of progressive overload? Well, it's basically a principle that encourages you to push yourself a bit harder to get bigger and stronger. That said, it's crucial to figure out how to constantly change things up in your workout routine. Don't just stick to the regular. Yes, you have to gradually force your body to adapt to a tension that's actually above and beyond what it has experienced in the past. Any idea on how to go about this? Well, you could start off by changing the weights and sets month by month. More like moving from moderate weight to heavier weight to lighter weight. Just be sure to make each session worth your while. Push hard for the gains. 3. Try blood flow restriction training. Sounds strange, right? Well, it should. BFR is basically a game-changing performance enhancement technique that can increase your chances of reaching your muscle-building goals. The big idea here is for you to wrap a device, KAATSU device, pressure cuff, or knee wraps, around the upper portion of a limb to prevent blood from flowing out of the working muscle. So what does this do? Well, it simply traps blood in the muscle to create a swelling effect, the very first mechanism of muscle growth. It's also worth mentioning that this technique works best for those who got what it takes to lift heavier weights. Finally, if you're ready to try it out, we'll suggest you stick to only low-intensity training. Yes, there's actually no need, or not recommended, to go overboard or get all red and sweaty when you got straps or knee wraps around your limbs. 4. Stick to a higher protein diet. Let's face it, eating too much protein doesn't always lead to greater muscle growth. Yes, the secret actually lies in eating foods that are reasonably high in protein. Of course, the very first thing you should know is that protein builds your body. It's actually a super important macronutrient that's essential for muscle growth. But of course, to build muscle, you'll do well to go beyond chicken and protein powder. You should rather try eggs, Greek yogurt, Swiss cheese, steak, pork chops, corned beef, and other high-protein foods that add up to give you the grams you need to achieve your muscle-building goals. 5. Take your supplements. Supplements? Yes, we get it, there are a whole lot of them out there, even more than you can imagine. But hey, you should be aware that only 2 supplements work well in this regard: creatine and protein. First off, creatine is the best when it comes to performance and appearance. Yes, the supplement can actually make your muscles bigger and stronger. What's more, it increases cellular hydration to give your muscles a much fuller, harder appearance. Ready to try it out? If yes, be sure to stick to just 3 to 5 grams a day. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more recipes and tips, subscribe to the channel.